A woman walks into the bathroom while her husband was taking a shower. She says she was waiting for him to have a coffee together and then leaves, but before she leaves, she said she was going to get the shirt her husband was wearing so she could wash it. She then grabs her husband's shirt and leaves the bathroom with it. As she was leaving the bathroom, she notices that her husband's shirt was a different style and says that perfume was not what her husband used to wear. She then realizes that on the shirt was a lipstick mark and becomes desperate at the thought that her husband might be cheating on her. At that moment, she notices that next to the shirt was a drawstring, and before she thinks about it, the man comes out of the bathroom. She is very embarrassed by the situation, and then the man asks if something had happened. She says that nothing had happened and that she was going to the kitchen. The man tells her he was late for work and asks her to hurry up when making coffee for him. She desperately goes to her room and starts saying she couldn't believe this was happening. She then pulls out her cell phone and starts calling someone, but at that point the man arrives and says he would arrive later that day. She finds this very strange and asks him if he had another commitment. Since his work was going to end early, he said that after his work he would need to go to a meeting and so he would arrive later. She is very suspicious of this and says that her husband's meeting should be very important. He said that the meeting was actually very important and that he needed to be there as they were going to discuss some values that they had promised him. He then says goodbye to his wife with a kiss and leaves. When he leaves, the woman calls her friend saying that she really needs to talk to her and asks her to come to her house. Later, the friend goes to the woman's house and asks what had happened. The friend says that the woman had told her to go there, but had not said why and that she was worried. The woman said it wasn't a big deal and then she asks, did her friend want a cup of coffee, but the friend says no. The woman then reveals to her friend that she thought her husband was cheating on her. The friend said that this was impossible, because she knew that the man loved her very much and his wife. The woman says that she also thought that was impossible, but she ended up seeing on her husband's shirt a mark of lipstick. She says that worst of all was that the shirt smelled different, that she knew exactly where it was from. She said that she also found a lanyard that she had seen a person wear and then asked her friend how he could do that to her. The friend seems very surprised by this and asks the woman to calm down. She says that it was impossible and that she was not cheating on her with her husband. The woman said that she knew that her friend had done this to her and that she had all the evidence, because that cord belonged to her friend. She says the lipstick that was on her husband's shirt was the one her friend had bought. She says that worst of all was that the smell that was on her husband's shirt was her friend's perfume and that she knew it because she was the one who had bought it for her friend. The friend apologizes to the woman and says she could explain what happened, but the woman says she couldn't believe her friend had done that to her because they were almost sisters. The friend says that she could explain what had happened to the woman and says that it was the man's fault for what had happened, as she had no intention of doing it, but he always texted her during the night. She said she had no intention of doing that to her friend, but that the man was too insistent and that she couldn't resist. The woman then says that she never wanted her friend to come to her house again and that they would never meet again. She then tells her friend to leave her house and she kicks her out. The friend tries to explain herself, but she says she had no explanation and sends her away. She then takes the man's clothes and throws them in the trash can, saying she never wanted to see him again.